Hey guys, this is Subhash Mishra, your test coach. Today we will learn how to perform drag and drop in Selenium WebDriver. In our previous videos, we have learned about action class and how to perform double click, right click and all. Today we will see how to perform drag and drop using that action class. So manually when we test an web application, many times we see some functionality where we need to drag web elements and drop them on the defined area or element. In that case, what we do? We simply use mouse for left click, then hold the click to hold the file or object which we want to drag, and then drop that file in the target element, and finally we release the mouse click. So same drag and drop functionality we can automate using Selenium WebDriver. So if I'll show you one example, and if we'll go to this demoqa.com and if we'll click on this interactions, so here you can see different options like draggable, and just click on this droppable. Okay, so here you can see, right, you can drag something and you can drop it here. For example, you want to drag this and you want to drop it here, you can do that. Okay, so this kind of functionality you will face when you will test some real time applications. You have to drag something and you have to drop there. So we need to understand how we can do this through automation through Selenium. Okay, so let's go to our Eclipse and let me create a new class, and I will name it as drag and drop. Okay, so public static void main finish. Okay, I'll copy the basic details from one of our previous video or previous class. Okay, so let me put it here. Okay, so let me just add throws declaration. Fine. So what we are doing here, we are just setting the Chrome driver property here. This is the Chrome driver and this is the path of my Chrome driver, and then we are creating the instance of WebDriver. Then we are maximizing the browser window. Okay, then what we are doing, we are navigating to this particular URL. So if I'll change this, I'll give this particular URL here. Okay, so fine, droppable. Then we are just waiting some time, we are giving some 4 seconds of time to wait here. Okay, then we are creating the instance of the action class. Okay, so one more thing before we automate this drag and drop functionality, right? So there is no direct drag and drop method available in web element interface. So like you have seen, right, click method is available, send keys method is available, you can do directly click, you can send some text. Okay, so there is no direct drag and drop method available in web element interface. So here what we will do, here we will leverage the action class which provides various methods of emulating such complex interactions like drag and drop and all. So action class provides two methods for drag and drop action. So one is drag and drop, another is drag and drop by. So if I'll show it here, so you can see action dot drag and drop. Okay, here you can see one is drag and drop and the another one is sct dot drag and drop by. Okay, so we'll see both the things, but for now just ignore this part, I'll tell you later on. First we will understand this one, this drag and drop. So if we'll go and see this drag and drop method, right, so here you can see it is a method that performs click and hold at the location of the source element and moves to the location of the target element, then releases the mouse. And here it is taking two arguments, right, one is web element source and web element target, right. So this first parameter source is the element which we need to drag. Okay, and the second parameter target is the element on which we need to drop the first element. Okay, so drag and drop method performs left click, hold the click to the hold the source element, moves to the location of the target element, and then releases the mouse click. Okay. So let's see how we can do it, right? So how we will perform these things using this drag and drop method. Okay. So this is our source, this is our target, and we need to perform drag and drop. Okay. So first we will identify these two web elements, right? One is this web element source and this is the target. So we will take two web elements. Okay. So first what we will take web element, then source, okay, is equal to driver dot find element by dot Xpath. You can use any other locator mechanism also, there is no problem. So first what we'll do, we'll do import of this web element, then we'll try to find this Xpath. Okay, so let's go here and let me inspect, and so here we can see id, right? Div id equal to draggable, so we can use this. So we'll write div, then @id equal to draggable. So if you don't know how to write Xpath, you can always refer to our previous videos. Okay, so I am able to find this. So what I will write here, I'll write the same thing here. I'll just copy paste. Then the next thing what we will do, we will write another web element, and this is the target, right? This is the target. So for target also we need to find the Xpath, right? This is the droppable, right? ID the droppable. So here let me add it. There are three matches here. So what I will do, let me take the first one. Okay. So now we get one match. So let me add it here. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll perform this drag and drop, right? So here what we'll use, action dot drag and drop source, then target. Okay. So let me add some weight here, so you will able to notice what is happening. Now let me close the browser once we finish the execution. So driver dot close, and if you want to validate whether really we are here or not, we are able to drag it or not. So before drag and drop, we'll try to find the text what is present there, and after drag and drop, what is the text there, right? So before drag and drop, what we will do, we'll just write string text 1 is equal to this target dot get text. Okay, and let me do a sys out of the same thing. So before drag and drop, I'll write plus text 1. Okay, and the same thing after drag and drop, what we'll do, string text 2, and here we will tell after drag and drop. Okay, so we'll able to validate this. Okay, here one more thing, right? When you are writing this action dot drag and drop method, source and target, then you have to do a perform. Okay, make sure you are writing this perform method. Okay, now let's go ahead and execute it. So if I'll execute it, here you can see the browser is launched and maximized. Now it should drag me and drop here. So here we see, right, it happened. So we saw, right, it was able to drag and drop into the particular place. So here also you saw before drag and drop the message was drop here, and after drag and drop it is dropped. Okay, so you can use some if else loop also to validate this if it is working or not. Okay, so if you want to understand what happens internally when we invoke the perform method here, so drag and drop method first performs click and hold at the source location, then source element moved to the location of the target element and then release the mouse click. Then perform method performs all the actions we have specified, but before to that it internally invokes build method first. After the build, the action is performed. Okay, so that's how you can use drag and drop method and you can perform drag and drop action. Okay, now we'll see how we can use this drag and drop by method. So to do it, we will just create another class. So let me just do a copy paste of this class and I will name it as drag and drop by. Okay, so it will be easy to understand for you. That's why I'm just creating a new class. Okay, and what I will do, I will just remove few things. Okay, fine. Let me just comment out this part. We'll see if it is required, we'll use. For now, let's just comment and let's keep this much only. So actions, here we are just creating the instance of action class. Then we have two web elements, one is source, one is target. Okay, for which we have already got the Xpath. Now we will try to use this method, right? Action dot drag and drop. Okay, we want to use this method. So first let's see what is this method drag and drop by. Okay, so if you will see here, right, it is a method that performs click and hold at the location of the source element and then moves by a given offset, then releases the mouse. Okay, so in drag and drop method we pass three parameters. First parameter is source, is the web element which we need to drag, and second parameter x offset is a horizontal movement, third parameter y offset is a vertical movement, and these two parameter values are in pixel value. Okay, so second parameter is x axis pixel value of the second element on which we need to drop the first element, and the third parameter is y axis pixel value of the second element on which we need to drop the first element. So there will be a question in your mind how you will find this offset, x offset and y offset, right? So this is important. If we will find this x offset and y offset, then only we can use this drag and drop method, right? So we'll see how we can find this x offset and y offset. I'll tell you how you will get it. Okay, so here what we will use, first we will use this one action dot drag and drop by, then in this place we will use source, this is the first web element, then we will use x offset here and y offset here. This will be some integer you can pass, right? So how you will find this? So let's go to our demoqa.com, right? So this is our source which we wanted to drag, right? And already we have written here, right? Source, and we have already identified the Xpath. This is we wanted to drag here. But the question is how we will find this x offset value and y offset value, right? So let me show you that. So if you just try to inspect it, okay, and here you just select this one and now you can see this drag me, right? So just try to drag it. Okay, so when you are dragging, right, so when you are selecting and trying to dragging, right, so in the down you can see, right, you can see here it is showing 314. So in the red color it is highlighting, right, relative left equal to 314, top equal to 44. Okay, you can see that 326 43, okay, or 328 44 it is highlighting, right? So we can pass some value like that, whatever we are seeing here, right? Okay, let's pass this 331 44. Okay, you can pass also 330 329 like this, whatever inside this, right, whatever value you can see pixel value you can pass. Left 331, top 46. Okay, let me pass that. So if I'm putting it here, it is able to put it, right? So here you can see 331 46. I'll pass this value. So here let me add 331 and here I'll pass 46. Okay, fine. Now what we will do, now then we'll write dot perform. Okay, we can use all these things again. Let me uncomment, and we don't need this drag and drop, and this statement we need before our drag and drop, and then after drag and drop we can use this. Fine, then we have thread dot sleep. Just to see the execution is bit slow and we will able to notice it. Okay, now let's execute and see how it is working, right? So browser is launched and maximized. Democo.com is loaded. Now it should drag and drop. Okay, you saw it is dragged and dropped. Okay, browser is closed. Here also we see the message before drag and drop it was drop here, after drag and drop it is dropped. Okay, so this is one way how you can find this x offset value and y offset value, and you can give this source web element and you can use this drag and drop by method. Okay, you may have one more question, right? If you don't want to hardcode these values and how I will find it. Okay, so again there is also one way we can do it. So let me show you that. I am commenting this one first, then what we will do first, we will try to find that offset values, right? So let's find the source offset values, the source and destination, right? So first let's find out this offset values, then we will see how we can find it. So if you don't want to hardcore and find these values, what you can always do, let me show you that. So just write int x offset. Okay, this is the variable I am taking. For example, this is source. Okay, is equal to, what you can do, you can use this element. So source dot, you can use this get location method. Okay, get location, then you can use dot get of x. Okay, so this will give you the offset of x offset of the source web element. Okay, similarly if I want to find the y offset value, then here I will just write y offset for the source. Again I will just write here dot get of y. Okay, you can print these two things also. Okay, so I will write this value. Okay, and similarly we will write here it is y and here y. Fine. So what we got now, we got the x offset and y offset for the source. Similarly if you want to find for the target, then what you will do, same thing, x offset, here you can write target. Okay, but here you need to use the target web element. Okay, this is the web element, right? So let's use that. So target dot get location of this. Similarly here y offset target, right? And here we will use target dot get location of get y. And in the same way, let's just print these two things. Okay, so you can see all these things in the console. Okay, so we got x offset of the source, y offset of the source, x offset of the target, and y offset of the target. But you got this one and you got this one, but you just need to drag this much, right? So how you will find that exactly x offset? So to find that, what you can do, you can write int x offset, okay, is equal to, always what you can do, you can do x offset target minus x offset source. Okay, similarly if you want to do for y offset, what you can do, will write int y offset. Y offset is the again variable, and here y offset target minus this is y offset source. Okay, and let's print these two things also. Again we will able to understand it. X offset source value, and similarly y offset value. Okay, and now when we will use this method, what we will write here, we will not use this, we will not hardcode these values, we'll just use x offset and y offset. Okay, and let's see if it is able to put it there or not, drag and drop there or not. Okay, let me execute and show you. Run as Java application. Now it should drag and drop here. Okay, see, we saw here. So we saw, right, it was dragged and drop, but little bit of overlap, right? So if you want to manage that, you can do one thing. So here in the x offset, right, you can just increase or decrease. Again, it is depending upon the how you are doing it. You can just notice it and you can do it, right? So you can do this. For example, I am increasing 10 pixel here, 20 pixel here. So here if you'll see, right, x offset value 308 and y offset value is -8. So earlier if you will see, right, what we are giving, also it was almost same 331 and 46. Okay, so if you will just give for example here 10, 20 or 10, 30, it should work for you. But anyway, if you will not use this also, we will able to perform this operation. So here you saw, right, after drag and drop the value is dropped, and before drag and drop the value is drop here. So we are able to perform drag and drop using this method, drag and drop by. And you also now understand, if you don't want to hardcore, how you can find this x offset and y offset value. Okay, so that's all for today, and that's how you can perform drag and drop in Selenium. Hope this video will be helpful for you. Thank you. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. I'll try to explain it. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.